Yeah, you know that. That nighttime, daytime she don't see me. Acting like a pocket holding 50. Pull up with a Mickey Mouse. This ain't Disney. Still identity. Put a like Paul Wall, I might just put a grill in. Boy, go get your paw pawns chili with the chili. You know me, pull a Pluto move, take white Scottie Pippen. Like it beef with from every in the city. Keep that doggy in a 360 deal, pulling gimme. What's that? Mind your business. Sports Center, Rodeo put a kill it. Before I ate, I need a closet like a clothing store. I need a cash register. I feel abused, pulling on my belt. You need help with something? Pump the gas or something. Order TK1s on that, put confetti on. Catching slip. I gotta keep my so I won't go to.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. Here we go. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of New Orleans this year.
And they were the odds-on favorite in this matchup last year, but actually lost the season series.
Here's Bailey. There's the screen by Johnson. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Harper. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. That one no good. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps them.
Oh!
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, he may be a top scorer, guys, but Donovan Mitchell is not selfish. What a pretty pass.
The kick out to Williams. From deep. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Miller. To the right side. He can't get it to go. Here he goes. Nifty move. Rips in the dunk off the timely pump fake.
A smart move, using a little pump fake to get all the time he needed to go hard to the basket.
Yeah, it's just a simple move, but it looks so beautiful when it works. Reminds me of you, Grant.
Oh, I appreciate that, B.A.
Johnson for 3. The long-distance 3 is buried.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a 3-point game. Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
It's good. 6 points for him.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Bailey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Pass to Wilson. The three-pointer off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And Bailey gets it to go.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, "Baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift." Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie. Mitchell with the ball. And Johnson picks him up defensively. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Wilson, no good. Utah leading by 5. Here's Bailey. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Harper. Here's the 3. Drills it from deep. Harper's got 5 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And here are the Jazz. They're on a 16-6 run. The kick out to Williams. Another 3 for Utah.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. And Williams punches it home.
Good to see Mitchell distributing the basketball, guys. You want him to find his guys and establish some chemistry.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Up top, Johnson. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Pass to Wilson. Got a hand on it. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Williams with it. He's picked up by Miller. Williams misses.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Back to Miller. The baseline J is off the mark. And so it's Utah with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They've been aggressive. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Here's Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his second bucket on the night.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Lets it go from deep. Utah grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Outside, Williams. Drains the triple. And it's a 12-point Utah lead.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Over to the left wing. Here's Gonzalez. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. We're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Collier. Misi grabs the board. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Mirasan. The shake. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Jazz leading by 13. Here's Collier. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. And out of bounds, New Orleans will have it. Here's Gonzalez. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And there's a pick. And there's the lob. Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there. For 3, Collier. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Here's Daniels. Yet to see a basket. To the middle. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Collier. No good with a layup.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Daniels. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. New Orleans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Utah making a switch here. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Collier. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Daniels. Right now averaging 6 a game. The shot's good.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Uncovered. Can't hit that one. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And it's Green missing. Here's New Orleans now. A big stretch here going. 10 to 2. Pass to Mirasan. .141 left to play in the first half. Here's Gonzalez. Here's Mirasan. He has 6. Pass to Sensabaugh. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call for New Orleans. And the Jazz call time here. Jazz leading by 7. 1:11 left to play in the half. Here's Bailey. He's got 10. And the layup is good off the glass. Bailey's got 12 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And it's so hard to stop the putback when you let him live at the rim like that.
Boy, once he gets his hands on it around the rim, it's too late.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
Utah shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And no luck that time either.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
Here's Miller. Pure from three-point range. And now just a 4-point Jazz lead.
Oh, Brandon Miller showing off his range right there.
Pass to Harper. Here's Bailey. No luck on that one. Some solid defense from Williams.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And he's going for the lob. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Here's Wilson. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Utah ahead, up by 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Doris, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just Wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Here's Harper. Some solid defense from Williams.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Miller outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Here's Harper. Gets it to go from the corner. Harper's got 7 points in the game.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars. Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Snatched away. Oh, there's the alley. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized, defense pays.
What a slam. That dunk was just ridiculous.
You see the defense, Grant? They're all making business decisions up there. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. 6 on the shot clock. The ball's knocked loose. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Utah leading by 6. Inside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Mitchell. Takes it inside. It's stolen. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Utah shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Pelicans trail by 9. And he lobs it up. And Williams Williams punches it home.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Wilson grabs the board.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
On the wing, Mitchell. This one for three. They get the rebound. Miller left side. The three. On target from range. And now it's just a 4-point Jazz lead.
Well, Brandon Miller working without the basketball, but as soon as it finds his hands, boy, he is shot ready.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's Mitchell. Miller outside. And he drives in. Pass to Wilson. And stolen by Williams. Wilson grabs the board. Pelicans trail by 6. To the inside.
Oh, my goodness. How about the vertical by Brandon Miller? He got up.
And Williams punches it home.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Wilson. And now the Jazz on the run in transition.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Another steal. To the paint. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Wilson. Misses the layup.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Miller pulls it in.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Outside Mitchell. Pass to Wilson. Back to Mitchell. Clock at 6. And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Williams. And that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell.
Timeout, timeout.
That's his first foul. And Utah calls time here. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade, looking to gain a boost of energy as they continue to play in this game.
And staying hydrated is the only surefire way to do it. An athlete's body doesn't have the same power and stamina without proper hydration. These guys will be sure to use this timeout wisely.
Here's Harper. That one's good for 2. Harper's got 6 points in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. All alone. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Pelicans trail by 11. Pass to Wilson. From outside the arc. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Harper. The rebound by Donovan Mitchell.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that's rebounding.
Fires the three. Oh, Mitchell hits a rainmaker.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Harper gets it to go.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
And they barely get to retain possession. Many times, that's a turnover.
Here's White. Oh, here's White on the drive. Stolen by Miller. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Just 5 on the clock. Throws it up high. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions. Can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Timeout, Jazz. Send it over to Allie LaForce.
During that break, the coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Allie, thank you.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Mirasan. Fires the three. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And give them credit on the job they've done to narrow the gap with this big run.
He got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Here's Gonzalez. And rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession. And here's New Orleans now, trailing by 2. Here's Daniels. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
There are no easy comebacks, but they really had to dig deep for this one.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Out to the right wing. Murasan. No good with the triple. Here's Bailey. Williams on the wing. From behind the arc. Misi grabs the board.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Here's Sensabaugh. Off the mark there with a 3. Pass to Williams. The 3 is up. The Pelicans pull it in. And here's the fast break. Back to Daniels. And there's the screen. Down low. Here's Mirasan. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Pass to Johnson. Fires for 3. Wilson grabs the board. And here's New Orleans now. Driving in. And he goes in for the dunk.
Putting some extra juice on that tomahawk, fellas. No one is going to stop that.
Man, when he's coming in with that level of force, that's just too much right there.
And for them to get out in front, it feels like they're going to need him to lead the way.
And almost gets it to go. So he'll shoot 2 here.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
52 seconds left to the game.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen. Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that puts him up 5. 40 seconds left to play in the 4th. Outside Mitchell. Mitchell on the attack. Here's Wilson. Miller on the wing. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that. Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And so he drops them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
To the left wing. Bailey. No good on the 3.